want you to imagine that you and a group of your friends are going to go out on an adventurous camping trip in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina. There's a long winding trail with steep hills and many rocks that you must get through in order to reach the perfect spot to set camp. You're the only one with the Jeep that is capable of reaching your destination. Today I would like to give you 3 key pieces of advice that you can use before you head out on the trail. The first is that you want to make sure that you will be safe on this treacherous route. Secondly, you want to make some simple changes to your vehicle so that it will be capable of making it through the rough terrain. Last, I want to give you some techniques and tips that you can use on the trail in order to have an adrenaline pumping experience. By knowing how to perform these 3 main steps, I can assure that you will have a safe and unforgettable off-road trip in your Jeep that you can use from now on. First step I want to talk about today is taking proper safety measures. As the saying goes, safety comes first. Safety is the main priority when you're at risk in the outdoor environment, and one of the most dangerous incidents you could face while off-road is a rollover. The owner's manual for 2008 Jeep Wrangler states, because of the higher center of gravity and narrower track, if the vehicle is out of control, it may roll over when some other vehicles may not. The reason that Jeeps, especially when lifted, have a high rollover risk is because of a high ground clearance. Another way to take precaution when on the trail is to expect the worst to happen. I know that doesn't sound very optimistic, but you need to be prepared. Make sure you know what the weather will be like while you are out and adjust accordingly. Carry extra food when packing and come to the realization that you're more likely will not have any cell phone service. Since you won't have any service, make it a priority to let someone know when and where you'll be during your trip. Above all, make sure that your vehicle is running well and that you have spare parts. Luckily, almost all Jeeps already come with a spare tire and some extra parts. In addition to this, you may also need to pack towing straps in case you're daring enough to go through a side route that has less travel. The second step for preparing to go off-road is to enhance the performance of your vehicle. You can do this by using some easy-to-use tools even after you've hit the road. The simplest way to improve performance is by having the right amount of tire pressure. When off-roading, you want to lower the tire pressure to about 10 to 15 psi. Natalie Lyda states in her eHow article, a larger area of tread contacting the driving surface provides increased traction and reduced tire spin, allowing 4x4 vehicles to travel off-road with greater ease. The tool that I usually use to deflate and read my tire pressure is the Easy Deflator tool made by Curry Enterprises. And this is it right here. There are 3 main parts to this tire adapter. The valve core remover right here, the valve stem adapter there in the middle, and the sliding valve which is at the end. The first step for deflating your tire is to remove the cap off the valve stem and thread the valve stem adapter onto it by turning it clockwise until it is snug. Then you want to remove the valve stem core by pushing in on the valve core remover and turning it counterclockwise. Once the core is all the way out, the air pressure will push the valve core remover out and will read the current tire pressure. Just like that there. And next, pull out on the slide valve to release the air and push in on the valve to stop air in order to check the pressure. Do this until you reach the desired amount and push the valve core remover in and tighten it clockwise so it can be reinstalled. Lastly, you want to remove the valve stem adapter by turning it counterclockwise and then place the cap back onto the valve stem. Another simple step that makes a big difference in performance is to remove your front sway bar. The front sway bar is that big piece of metal right there. And so what exactly is a sway bar? In the article, "What is a sway bar for an automobile?" William Zane states the sole purpose of a sway bar is to control the amount that a car leans when driven around a corner by connecting the 2 sides of the vehicle with a rigid piece of metal. On Jeeps there are a total of 4 sway bars, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear suspension. Since the rear suspension already performs well off-road with the sway bars still connected. You only have to remove the two in the front. This can be done by using an 18mm wrench or an adjustable wrench to help loosen the bolt. Once the bolt is removed, the bar can be raised and held up. And what I usually do is raise this part up and use a plastic zip tie that attaches to the bottom of the front fender right there. And when these are removed, your suspension will be able to articulate more, which will allow you to easily maneuver over larger rocks and obstacles you'll find on the trail. This articulation in the vehicle suspension is better known as flexing. Here you can see a picture of my Jeep flexing after I move the sway bars at Gulch's RV park here in Lawrence. That's it. Now that I've told you what to do before you hit the trails, I want to explain what to do while on them. When you're off-roading in your Jeep, you want to be able to see exactly where you're going. When you're off-roading, a lot of Jeep owners, including myself, enjoy taking the top and or the doors off in order to have maximum visibility. This will allow the drivers and passengers to have an easier time viewing all sides of the vehicles when getting in tight spots. Once you are ready to take on a more challenging trail, have someone spot you as you maneuver around rocks and other obstacles. A spotter will be able to tell you exactly where to place your tires and when to turn so that you'll have a lower risk of damaging your vehicle. Lastly, be easy your first time out. Just like everything else, practicing something new to you will help you improve. Today I've described to you three main aspects of an enjoyable off-road experience. 1. Safety comes first. 2. You can improve performance using simple tools. And 3. What you can do while on the trail. Once you have your first taste of the 4x4 world, you'll be hooked from then on. Off-roading can be a healthy and beneficial habit that will help you set new goals and face all kinds of challenges. Next time you go on a mountain trip or visit an off-road vehicle park, I hope that you'll be able to use and share these easy yet effective steps.